I'm Lisa Fischbeck, Vicar of the Episcopal Church of the Advocate in Orange County. I'm here at St. Mary's Episcopal Chapel, about 6 miles northeast of Hillsborough. St. Mary's was established as a congregation in the mid to late 18th century to serve as a quote-unquote chapel of ease for the people who lived out this way and who couldn't get all the way to St. Matthew's in Hillsborough for church on a Sunday. In 2003, the Episcopal Church of the Advocate held our first Eucharist in this place as a way to place ourselves in the middle of a long tradition that stretches back over 250 years, a tradition of a missionary people in a missionary diocese. The Episcopal Diocese of North Carolina has always been a missionary diocese. Every church in this diocese can find in its history people with a desire and a zeal for taking the gospel and the Anglican Episcopal way of being church out to new neighborhoods and new regions and new peoples. Being a missionary priest, I'm pretty much always on the go, and my office is effectively in my car. Although I also work in various coffee shops and restaurants wherever there's Wi-Fi, I find I don't actually go to my physical office very often. I have a laptop, I have an iPad, I have my phone. I meet with people out in the public, which I think is more effective anyway, because you show up with your collar on and people see that the church is present in the public realm. So I try to be mindful of what are the kinds of meetings that I have that can just as easily happen in a public space as in the church space. So some of you have heard that the Church of the Advocate is moving a church from Stokes County to Orange County, North Chapel Hill. It's a great prospect for the Church of the Advocate. The Altar Guild can't wait to have a sacristy all their own, and we're really looking forward to being able to worship in this space come next fall. It began with a serendipitous moment, somebody coming in from outside of our congregation and saying, have you thought of this? Because we practice being open to new ways of doing things, we said, sure, let's look into that. The move of this church serves as a metaphor for the church and the diocese as a whole. We're living in a time of a profound social transformation, and we need to find ways of being church and engaging with others with a new kind of consciousness of how we're doing it and what we're doing. How do we honor and even cherish our tradition and our past while also finding ways to encourage and to support new forms of ministry and mission in this region? So what's the metaphorical equivalent of adding electricity and plumbing or handicap accessibility? One thing we know is that it's not going to be the exact same as it was, and that will be painful but also life-giving. The church is going to flourish as we find new ways to collaborate and create mission and ministry together, not only with each other and within our church walls, but also as we go out beyond our walls and collaborate with nonprofits and for-profits and universities and local governments, with other churches of the Anglican communion, with other faith communities. We've got an abundance of resources to share. To do so, we've got to open our doors and our windows. We've got to make our church walls more porous, to invite people to come and to go, to taste and to see. It takes a church to be the church. St. Paul knew what he was talking about when he used that metaphor of a variety of parts of the body, each one being necessary to the whole. People say that I have a collaborative, creative, and community-building leadership style. They say that I have a gift for calling people together in community and for encouraging and cultivating the gifts and the ideas and the leadership of others. I certainly enjoy a creative ecclesiastical spirit. Church is exciting when people of diverse perspectives are encouraged to be open to the peripheral and the serendipitous, and to listen to one another and to celebrate together.
Lisa's one of those people who is very attuned to the way the Spirit moves in the congregation. So a lot of leaders say that they like to practice the art of yes, of giving people opportunities. And Lisa is taking it a step further, I think. She sort of can sniff out these possibilities and opportunities and plant them in fertile ground. So things like this center that we've started, I'm just not sure that it would happen without her sort of visionary leadership.
The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
Lift up your hearts.
We lift them to the Lord.
As a missionary priest for the past 10 years, I've engaged with a variety of people in a variety of settings, considering how to be church in this region in this time. Together, the people of the Advocate have forged answers to many of the questions the whole church is now asking, and we're still very much a work in progress. But the Advocate's answers for a new church in Orange County aren't the same as those for other congregations in other settings. Each and every congregation, and we together as a diocese, need to find our way. The variety is and will be exciting to behold. I've been living with these questions and thinking of these things for some time, and I now feel called to carry my experiences into the wider church, to share them with the diocese. I feel called to participate in wider conversations, to listen and to create and to serve. 21st century North Carolina is an exciting time and an exciting place to be church. The Episcopal Diocese of North Carolina is strong and vibrant and abundantly blessed. The clergy and people here are fantastic. I would love to serve as a missionary bishop in the decade ahead. That's for sure.